Savannah Chrisley reveals how much Chloe is struggling. Savannah Chrisley has revealed how much Chloe Chrisley is struggling without Julie Chrisley at home. She read a letter that she wrote to a judge. Fans feel bad for Chloe, as she did not do anything wrong and is getting punished as well. Keep reading to find out what Savannah had to say about Chloe. Julie Chrisley does not get shorter sentence. Julie Chrisley was hoping to get her sentence shortened at her resentencing hearing. However, that did not end up being the case. Julie's lawyer revealed that he felt like this was all due to her fame and the judge wanting to make a point. However, some fans feel as though everything she asked for leading up to the hearing did not help her case. Julie had asked to be present over Zoom and was denied. She also asked to wear street clothes to the hearing and was denied. Julie then asked for a 24-hour furlough, which was also denied. Savannah Chrisley reveals struggles of Chloe Chrisley. Savannah Chrisley has revealed how much Chloe Chrisley is struggling during this time. Fans felt bad for Chloe after hearing how much she was struggling. Unfortunately, she will not be getting her mother home anytime soon. They have to be punished for their actions. It seems that Chloe is having a hard time accepting that her mom will not be able to come home and see big milestones in her life. However, Savannah is doing the best that she can to give her a mom in her life. Fans applaud Savannah for taking such good care of Chloe and Grayson. However, they also feel bad for them due to them being punished for their parents' wrongdoings. Savannah Chrisley's heart broke as she sat down to talk about something that weighed heavily on her mind. How much Chloe, her 11-year-old sister, was struggling. It wasn't the kind of conversation she wanted to have, but it had become necessary. Savannah, now the de facto guardian of Chloe since their parents Todd and Julie Chrisley were incarcerated, had been putting on a brave face for months. But behind the strength, there was a storm brewing, and at the center of it was Chloe, a little girl trying to make sense of a world that no longer made sense to her. Savannah took a deep breath before starting her candid revelation on social media. She had always been open with her fans, letting them in on the ups and downs of her life, but this was different. It wasn't about her own struggles. This was about Chloe, a child caught in the crossfire of legal battles, public scrutiny, and the sudden absence of the two people who had been her anchors. Chloe's hurting, Savannah began softly, her voice thick with emotion. I know a lot of people have been wondering how she's doing, and I wish I could say she's okay. But the truth is, she's struggling, and it breaks my heart to see it. Chloe had been part of the Chrisley family since she was a baby, adopted by Todd and Julie Chrisley, after her birth parents were no longer in the picture. She had grown up in the spotlight of their reality TV show, Chrisley Knows Best, and while the cameras captured the family's seemingly perfect life, behind the scenes, things had been unraveling. The financial fraud case that sent Todd and Julie to prison hit the family like a wrecking ball, and Chloe, who adored her grandparents, was left confused and heartbroken. Savannah's voice trembled as she continued, explaining how Chloe had been asking difficult questions no 11-year-old should have to ask. She doesn't understand why her grandparents are gone. She doesn't understand why people say the things they do about our family, Savannah said, wiping away a tear. She asks me, why did this happen? When will they come home? Did they do something bad? And I don't always have the answers. The legal battles had taken a toll on all of them, but it was different for Chloe. For Savannah, who was now in her mid-20s, the situation was something she could at least attempt to process as an adult. She could try to manage the chaos, find ways to cope, and push forward. But for Chloe, it was all so much more overwhelming. She had gone from being a carefree child with her doting grandparents to living in a world where everything felt uncertain. Savannah described how Chloe's once bubbly personality had dimmed. The little girl who used to dance around the house and laugh with unfiltered joy now had moments of quiet sadness that broke Savannah's heart. She's not as playful as she used to be, Savannah admitted. She's more withdrawn, and it's hard to see that spark in her eyes fade. I try to remind her every day how much she's loved, how we're going to get through this, but I know it's not the same. Chloe's struggles weren't just emotional. They were manifesting in other ways too. School had become a challenge, as Chloe found it hard to concentrate and connect with her peers. The weight of her family situation made her feel different, like she didn't belong. Savannah said that Chloe had started to shy away from social situations, often feeling anxious or out of place. She's been really closed off, Savannah explained. I've had to have some tough conversations with her teachers and counselors. They're doing everything they can to help, but it's been hard for Chloe to focus. She misses her grandparents, and no matter how much I try to fill that void, I know I can't. Savannah paused for a moment, gathering her thoughts as she reflected on the complexities of her new role as Chloe's guardian. She had never anticipated being thrust into the role of parent so suddenly, and while she was doing her best, there were days when she felt overwhelmed by the responsibility. I love Chloe more than anything, Savannah said, her voice breaking again. But I'm not her mom, and I can't be her mom. I'm her sister, and I want to be the best guardian I can be, but I feel like I'm failing her sometimes. I'm learning as I go, but there's so much pressure. I just want her to be okay, to be happy. Savannah revealed that she had sought professional help for Chloe, getting her into therapy to help her process the trauma and confusion she was experiencing. While it had been a positive step, Savannah acknowledged that healing would take time. Therapy has been good for her, but it's a long road, Savannah shared. There are good days, and then there are really tough days. Sometimes she just cries, and all I can do is hold her. I tell her it's okay to be sad, that we'll get through this together. Chloe's struggles had also impacted Savannah's personal life. Balancing her responsibilities as a guardian, a career, and her own mental health had been challenging, to say the least. Savannah admitted that there were nights when she lay awake, questioning whether she was doing enough, whether she was strong enough to keep everything together. I'm not gonna lie, it's been hard on me too, Savannah confessed. I've had to put a lot of things on hold, my own dreams, my own goals, because Chloe comes first now. And I don't regret that for a second, but there are moments when I feel so lost, so scared. I just want to do right by her. As Savannah finished sharing, she made a heartfelt plea to her fans and followers, asking for patience and understanding during this difficult time. She didn't have all the answers, but she was determined to do everything she could to support Chloe and help her heal. If you pray, please keep Chloe in your prayers, Savannah said softly. She's such a sweet, strong little girl, and I know she'll get through this. But it's going to take time. We both need time. With that, Savannah ended her emotional revelation, leaving her audience with a glimpse into the challenges Chloe was facing and the weight Savannah now carried on her shoulders. It was a raw, honest moment, a reminder that even in the public eye, families are vulnerable, and behind the cameras, real pain and struggles exist.